Hello, this is Mark Farrar with Not Square Design, Butte, Montana, and I am going to give a little walkthrough here for my clients. We aren't done. I've got quite a bit of work with the roof to do. I don't have my highlighter on. Let me turn that on. Okay, with that on, make it easier to see my cursor. So here, going to make some sort of an entry cover that's down low. Not just going to extend this out. That won't provide much protection from our winter conditions. We'd like something more low along the lines of these roofs that come down quite a bit. We are looking at 12-12 pitches throughout this. So this angle especially, the garage looks a little funky, but it'll look better as we move around. I'm going to do my best to navigate the outside of this. It can be a little tricky on the exterior. It can be a trick on the interior too, but it's not as bad. Here, what I've done is I did go ahead and put the gable end on here. We can add some windows and interest to this wall pretty easily. The way that this ended up is to match this plane that comes off of the upstairs main roof. And then I haven't got the posts in yet for the guest suite, but that there will be posts to hold up this overhang, and if desired, we'll add a nice truss look as we do over on our main side. And it may appear as if this roof in through here is interfering with the window, but it is not. It's actually, this roof will be held out. I will need some support under it, but it is at the drip edge here is where this occurs. So it's quite a ways away from that window. Um, Big, tall windows along the living room. At this point, these tall windows have no function as far as operating. They do not operate. Um, there's a very large opening for the great room itself um, as far as opening both the sliders at once. The fireplace in this home is fed from the outside through this door here. So we have wood storage all back in through here, and pop open the door and feed it 1 or 2 times a day. And got a 3 foot tall, or sorry, 4 foot tall wainscot all the way around. Same situation with the window. The roof is held back a little over 2 feet. And then this is the master bedroom through there. This is the sitting room in through here. Do have the posts and stuff. Not in the right position yet, but at least showing, and I don't have my patio out here. Then the master bath, that is the tub you'd see there. And so we should probably do something. It's real private out there, but owners may want to frost this window or frost the bottom half. Something to just add a little privacy to that, or maybe they just want to have that nice clear view. It is some pretty private land out there. And one along the side of the garage here, and we can certainly add windows anywhere in through here. Roof is a little lower here, and it's just to help with keeping this plane at that point and scaling down this this gable end to some extent to help with the massing of that. And then we have the covered patio through here. That is the walk-in closet window for the kids' room upstairs. You can walk into a door here to get into the garage. Great view of the spectacular stairs in through here. That'll really be beautiful when this thing is done. And then again up in here, this is a walk-in closet for the kids' room. So I'll get the patio in, we'll get an entry on this thing, and start to really take a look. But let's go on inside. Haven't got lighting packages set up yet. So some places I'm getting a lot of natural light in this room, so it's not too dark. But some other areas, it's going to be dark until I get the lighting set up. I do have a very bright chandelier up in here. I know it doesn't appear like it's on, but it is providing light. You can see some of the reflectivity going on up there. And honestly, I don't know why it's not showing as if it were lit. So I just made this setting change, and let's see if that takes effect. So I will have to close this down and come back in. So I'll try and line it up as it was, but we'll see what happens. So I know we're suddenly zoomed in way up there, but I do know what's going on. I turned off with this effect it's called bloom, and the reason I did that is that we do have some problems with the windows and the sunlight coming in, giving us a lot of so much glow that it makes it hard to see anything else because the sun is so bright outside. And so it's better to do interior rendering separate from walking around outside. But this is just a basic tour just to get anything that needs to be changed. Now I did reverse the stair. The reason I did that is at the top I needed head clearance from one side versus the other. And so we'll go up there in a little bit. But coming around, this is the kitchen. We can certainly change colors on the hood, colors on the counters, even the counters themselves. I need to put in a custom top on this to make it come in and cover those two holes there. But mainly looking for feedback on layout and such. And we will put a black backsplash in here. It's going to lower a lot of our chance for windows in the kitchen, except in these opportune areas. These can look really nice to have a couple windows that come underneath, in between the counter and the uppers. So these are the two, fridge and freezer, and more counter space at the end. The farm sink, we have two dishwasher drawers, and of course it's overhanging with some stools. I just have some standard stools in here for now. Got a pot rack up here. No special reason that this one's chosen. So there's a lot to look at as far as that goes. This is the cabinet that was last requested by Justin. Trying not to say names, but first name shouldn't hurt anything. Over here, this is just a full stack of cabinet and doors. We could do anything in here. We could make these two level on one door, have these separate, or make these two their own level. Lots of opportunity, including even just open if we wanted to. Through the great room. This Buddha came in as part of the image. I'd love to find a clean image of this copper work that I made for some customers back when I was actually building. And what a beautiful copper piece. I hand hammered all this, and it really turned out sweet. But the only photo I have is off my website, and that was decorated with a Buddha. So this is the interior of the fireplace. You'll never have that fire dust and all that. I'd like to raise this up, I think, and put a hearth, but a lot of that depends on floor space and what the owners want. So I kind of threw a sectional in here just to offer some scale to this area, and to see it's a pretty large sectional in there, so it offers some scale to the whole deal. And then we did pull that dining room in. That doesn't mean that I don't need to put some windows in here, and it's a pretty simple deal to do. In fact, I will do one real quick, and we'll just drop her in there, and then just take and make it proper. Let's do this at 30. So it's going to move over slightly, and then I'm going to take that window and I'm going to copy it about the center of that wall, so we'll have two in there. And I think that would be a nice addition to the space. So, but we can go right through here, and we will be in the guest suite. And so the guest suite has sliding doors out to that patio that we were able to see when we walked around the outside. I have not vaulted this ceiling. I don't know what the desire is. Looks like I've got a wall from the outside showing through. Some minor fixes to make. Did use hardwood in the bedroom as a default, but this will change to a standard concrete, the stained concrete throughout, and I think we would do throw rugs if they wanted to not have a hard surface. Again, the same sort of thing. This is a default that's set up in the system, and so there's tile showing in the bathroom. But as we pass through this hallway out of the bedroom, we've got a his and hers, and I haven't got the rod and shelf in here yet. But there's the his, there's the hers, or vice versa. This side, we do have the opportunity to place a window if we'd like, because this is an exterior wall back there. Then we can turn and come on in through. And let's just turn this just for the sake of showing the different materials. I'm going to change this over real quick. So I'm going to grab this material and copy it into here. And then you can see those two vanities. They are not together. And so the first one is a 4-foot vanity. And I'll just bring that on over. Looks like that was just the top that came over. So I'll bring the base over. Oh, it is going to change the counter look. So I have to go through and do some revisions on how the sink and cutout work. Maybe it looks like it may have worked out fine. We'll see when we go in here. So let's just walk on in. Let's get up to about a human height. Walk on in. I'm going to need to make this window smaller. And we've got interference with the mirrors, so it's a matter of taking these off of this. Well, it looks like they're not quite centered anyway. But we've got plenty of room to expand over to this side if we want to make these longer, because I'd love to have some natural light in here. If we made these longer and pull this down, then we can keep the mirrors on either side of a nice window there. And then this just kind of is sort of a dead space back in there. So may I even explore a little bit more with how this whole thing lays out, or turn this water closet sideways. Since these are all exterior insulated walls, we can turn this sideways real easily. And plus the full depth of this would allow for the toilet to be back here, a door enter the side. We could put a false wall here so we don't even have to mess with the cavity insulation if that was something that we wanted to do. So this is tiled on this wall. This is basically the wet area back in here. And so down here, you can barely see the stripe, but there is a drain that goes all the way across here. So any water that comes out of this shower area will not get the bathroom itself wet. As with the masteries, you'll see we have a rain head and then dual heads here. It's not rendered, so they look kind of plain. And then out in here, there will be a box that'll allow the ability to open up a little door. It's just a valve in there, on off, and you can shut off that rain head. A lot of women would like their conditioner to stay in for a longer period, and so to accommodate that, I make those so that they can be turned off with ease. If we come straight across, we can go down the hallway here, and you can see some of the concrete. I need to bring some drywall, cover that with drywall. This is the rock storage, the hot rock storage behind the TV and back this far. That is really tall, a lot of storage capacity. That'll be pulling heat off that fireplace through a series of tubes and that are just run through the rock, and it's all just an air system, really simple, straightforward. Doors open, but behind little curved wall back in there. And I don't know what happened, but it looks like the area that is behind this door got altered slightly. And so I'm going to close this down a little bit. Um, but when this is correct, what we'll see in here is we'll have the toilet here and a corner sink down in here for washing your hands and stuff. This is just a little powder room. Let's come on out, and I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see where we're at. This was coming down that hallway. As we open this door, we are now entering the master bedroom, and this is an angled wall as we enter, and it opens up the aperture, and got some nice vaulted ceilings in this room. Um, Probably would change materials. I still have a lot of work to do with materials, but come back in through here. We've got kind of a love seat, recliners, TV on the opposite wall. This is that sitting room with the covered porch out back here. You can see the posts for it, and I just haven't had the patio surface down yet. And then we can go on through and into the master bath, which I am really enjoying this design. I haven't gotten feedback from my clients. I just was so excited to hear from them on this. I haven't heard anything yet. So the sinks are dark, so they're a little hard to see here. Um, I do love round mirrors. I call them truth mirrors. And this sink is a tad longer, so typically give that to the hers. You can see because of the tile color in here, you can see that drain. And what this is, let me close this door down just a little bit more so that we can get a good view at what's going on here. So this is a drain for the shower. And right now this shower is open. But you just grab this handle and you pull it across and then just give it that last little nudge with your fingers. And once it's across, what it does is you can see this end here has a little piece of fixed glass. This has a piece of fixed glass. This will slide down and meet here, closing this off completely. And you could still utilize the tub because this amount of area would then be open, which would probably amount to about to here, so you could walk in. But if you really want to sit and soak and get this all hot and steamy, you can close the door down on this side. And I think what I'd like to do is not leave this as like a pot shelf or a dust shelf, but whatever the owners want. I just haven't done anything with it, but I probably would go ahead and just take that all the way up. I think it'll look better architecturally as well. Whether we tile that all the way up or have a transition in materials, not sure yet. Some natural light, of course, and as with every toilet in the house, these are wall mount. They don't touch the floor, so you can clean right underneath them. Gosh, okay, now I got lost. There we are, and they're bidet style lids. So that's what this little handle and stuff is. I had during the toilet paper shortage of COVID, I got bidet seats for my own toilets. I love them, so I stick them in my designs now. It's great. Used them a lot overseas when I sailed a lot, but don't see them much here in Montana. So this is the walk-in closet. I've got double shelf with the rod, maybe shoes, anything you want to stack there. This was area for the gun safe, and then on back out. And I'm going to walk through the door, kind of funny there. And let's head on down the hall here and right back on out. Took that a little sharp, but I'm a ghost. I can walk right through. So this is partially closed at this moment, and you'll see why here. So this, when it's open, you can leave that door open, or we cannot install a door at all. And that is one of my primary thoughts personally, is to not have a door here. And so what I would do in that case is instead just have that be a doorway instead of a hinged door, and it would just look like this. And so when I come out into the kitchen, and as you walk by, um, and guests look, they get a little shot of the washer and dryer and the dog wash and stuff, but um, all of the natural light, really need a better table and chairs. That was just tossed in here for space planning. Um, doesn't fit the style at all. But these windows and stuff are just going to add a lot of natural light. And here's one of the lockers requested, and then there's the second locker requested. And down here, I will double this drawer because one of them pulls out for an ironing board. And we have a little bit of difference in design between this design and the one that is shown in AutoCAD in 2D. And so there's some minor aspects that are still a matter of discussion. And we can take this, switch it to the other side, and then so swing and all that sort of stuff is still up in the air. This is the dog wash. This got a spray head, adjustable height there. Front loader, nice sink for whatever you need to soak and clean, or here, great for also cleaning off boots coming in from outside. Got an issue with the ceiling here, so just ignore that for now. I'll get that figured out. That had to do with lowering that roof altogether. So we're in the garage. Really nice sized door. And I've got LED recessed lighting in the ceiling. And so there's two in the back. And then because of the garage door, when it's open, that's, and with the opener, sorry, there's three in the back. Looks like it's missing one. I've got to fix that. But four in the front, and it should be a third one right here. So lots of light, just like in my own garage. I could operate in there, and I love it. And it's really energy efficient with these LEDs. So, and then this is the utility. So back in here, we've got an air handler. And then down this way, we've got a couple of on-demand hot water heaters and room for plenty more if we want to do battery storage or whatever we're going to do in there. Maybe a power wall, Tesla power wall or something of that nature. This home will be solar powered, and all that you've seen, we're probably looking at around between 1,500 and 3,000 watts to heat this entire place, and I'm leaning towards the 1,500. Moreover, oh, I forgot to show something. Moreover, the 3,000. Let me get out here so I can find my way around. All right, so we're going to walk back in. What this one is, and there's two storages above, but they're very shallow because there's a little ramp shelf that pushes out, and clothes that are put in upstairs from the kids just drop down to this lower one, and there'd be a basket sitting at this level, and so you just look up and it just keeps on going all the way up, and this would actually be open to above, and we'll show that from upstairs when we get up there. So let's go ahead and walk on up. Our steel stairs, all free floating. They don't touch anything out here. And so probably time to start talking to a manufacturer and get this priced out and designed and make sure that we're not pushing the limits, but this is a stairway. So I don't see any reason that that it needs any more support than what we have here. I might want to close this off though. You fall to your death there. So I can even probably, let's see if I can do that fast enough that it's not going to detract from my video too much. Now it's open for now. I'll figure that out. There's just oh, it's just the doorway. Delete. So there, fixed. So that is now set, and as you can see when we're up here, this has got its own cathedral ceiling with windows on 3 sides, and I could put windows over here as well. They're just going to be a little smaller. Got a lot of roof activity at this end of the house, so anyway, this is just a ton of light that is going to filter in and just come on down and filter down into the great room, which already has lots of light, but we do have some overhang, so it's going to take some of that away. And we'll do shadow studies and sun studies on all this. So at different points, times of the year, and then if I have to alter any overhangs, we'll do so. So one thing you may have noticed is that this house doesn't have any storage. And so what I did is up here is I have created on either side a storage room. So this one on this side is just that. Well, if I can stay in it. It is just a storage room. There is nothing else going on here. Across the way, it is a little different. This hatch is that drop down to the linen below for the okay, on the other screen I'm doing something real quick here, but it is a there, it should open up now. There we go. So now when I come in on this, you can see all the way down, and I'm going the wrong way. There we go. So you can see I need a piece that's going to slope and shoot the clothes through here, and then we'll have to look at the height here, but this is storage on the other side too. So I'll cut this a little bit higher up here so nothing gets stuck. Nice smooth shot down and through and land in a basket down there, and then those bottom doors open up to access that in the laundry. So you can see down through here, this is where you open up, pick them up, and get them out. So it's just a matter of closing that off and then making this transition so there's no tight corners or anywhere for anything to get stuck. So that's the main idea there. So that was this door, which has got a lot of storage in it too. Oh, my handle's a little off. But get that storage stuff fixed. Come into bedroom. We haven't really discussed materials in here, so I just I don't know, swap things up. I did show just some carpet, kind of, so it's food for thought as to what you guys want to do. I left hardwood in the walk-in closet, so you can see kind of what that looks like. I don't have shelf and rod in here yet, as I did in the master, but then we come in, and this is just identical across the hall. So I've got a backlit mirror. I don't have a fixture there yet. And then turn around, and we have got the toilet through here. And then behind this door, I should close the door partly. It's kind of tight in here. But if I get up, I can't get too high. But you can see kind of the basic layout. So you come in, trash can, vanity, toilet, and behind the door we have the let's see here. Let's do this. There we go. can't see the trash can, but now you can kind of see the layout. So as you close it, very comfortable space, lots of room, and back on this wall or across the way is where I put the towel hanger. So um, plenty of space in there for kids, and we can go across the way, but it literally is exactly the same, except there's carpet in that closet as well. I didn't do hardwood in here, so it's just what it would look like with carpet all the way through, and then tile in the same exact mirrored setup of what was across the way. So here, you do see the roof when you look out, but this is going to be up high, and so there's going to be just a ton of sun. This is south facing. I did put a small window to the north in the walk-in closet, just to have some natural light in here. Don't need the lights all the time. We can, and if when it comes down to doing the electrical and stuff, we can put either a motion sensor, so when somebody walks in, there's no need to worry about turning the light off, since we're going to be on solar, is possibly leaving that, um, so there's no worries. And do that with fans, exhaust fans, although exhaust fans and such are going to be on an ERV, or an HRV in this case, a heat recovery and ventilation. So this is looking down from up here over the railing, looking straight out. You have an opportunity to put some glass on this wall out there if you'd like, and then turning around, it's down the stairs to this gorgeous window here, and we've got room for a transom, but I'm going to add that roof out here, so let's get the roof on first. Oh, my lights came on. Can't tell you. I don't know why, but lights are on. So that is the tour, and I haven't heard from you guys for a while, so I would love some feedback, because I just decided to tackle this today, but it's been kind of just sitting around because I sent a lot of emails to you guys, and I got one quick little short response back, and that was it. So I just love this house, and I'd love to make it just really look beautiful, but it's got some work that I've got to get done to it. But I hate to put a bunch of time into stuff that's going to change. So things like, fixing the fact that this window is right down. In fact, it's lower than the roof. Well, that's not going to work. I have got major roofing issues over on this side that I need to resolve. And I don't really, I don't want any snow dropping down in there. I don't even have a closed room, so you can see right in. So this needs to be handled. I'm sure it's not too hard. And then I've got to come up with a solution for, okay, the snow's going to come down here. It's going to hit this roof. It's going to slide out. It's going to hit this roof. And it's going to land on your wood pile. That's not cool. So I need to resolve how all this works, but it's really a lot of work to do these sort of areas, and I just need some design feedback before I can move forward and actually have enough time into this that I would like to definitely get some real honest to goodness feedback. And then things like, sending me pictures and looking at colors, because I'm enjoying the color palette here. But if it's going to be this way, then by all means, let's make it this way consistently. So I will go through and change all these doors and windows and put the truss in here. And do we want closed soffits, or do you want just nice open soffits? Kind of think that this house lends itself to an open soffit. This came out of a necessity to deal with some of the ends of how I had this framed earlier, but I've got it pretty figured out now. And let's take a look at that real quick. This is just changing over to a view that is it's strictly framing, and so this is the great room that you're looking in there. This is the foam that's underneath the 4 inches of concrete to insulate you from what's below. And then we've got some disconnect and stuff here, but that's just because I haven't even officially framed this yet. This is just all preliminary layout so far, um, and but it's how I really truly work things out and see that it's all working. And you can see this is the double slat right here. So at each stud, so if I got a 2x6, let's get a good view. If I got a 2x6 stud such as this, then I've got 3 inches of insulation, and what holds that in place is a 1x4, and that's what we're going to tack our siding to. But we have a wainscot, so that all terminates at the wainscot, and then I've got some MTI dry material that goes behind here, so we'll have a constant water flow and out a weep screed at the bottom. So great way of handling all of the water that comes through here. I've got eye joists above the garage. This is not necessary, so I need to go through and do a lot of framing. But it's a good preliminary look to understand my roofs, and for areas that I'm really concentrating on, like making sure that I've got that correct distance between my truss and my actual purlins and stuff, so that I can get that tongue and groove in there uninterrupted um, in the ceiling. It's really vital. And then this just gets filled with the and looking at a system to go on top of this. That all is stuff that we have to discuss. But I've got a lot of it detailed out, and just need a little more information on where I'm taking it. Looks like I got wood slats in front of. Maybe this window. This wall doesn't have a window. No, I got wood slats in front of that window too. Well, that's really strange because they don't show up in the other view here. I don't see the wood slats in the window. So, not sure what's going on there. This may just be leftover framing from an older version that hasn't been updated, because I'm now in manual mode. I can't have this automatically frame itself anymore. I've got too many roof systems that are customized, and if I go back to having it automatically frame, I will lose all that custom work that I've done. So that is kind of it for today. Um, you guys pretty much know the floor plan, and I have a ton of emails to you. Love to hear back. Um, so this will be posted to YouTube. I'll send you a link. It'll be on my channel. And just waiting to hear back. Please give me a call, and we'll talk soon. So again, this is Mark Farrar with Not Square Design in Butte, Montana. You have a good day.